But Anas, big up on a nice clean self. Welcome back to another video. Meditation now. Because I don't know how when I'm meditating, I think a lot. So I was thinking about a content that I'm going to do and I want to talk about it. And I'm speaking from my heart. So a lot of women have gone into relationship with not thinking of what they want in a relationship. So I'm going to share something with you guys. You see, when you're in a relationship and you spend time, especially if you're grown, when you are young, I kind of understand that because you just run into things without thinking. But as a grown woman, I learned so much throughout my life that I can share so much with you guys when it comes on to relationship. People ask me, how did you know that my husband was the one for me? There's so much I can share with you that I know when I meet that person, how I feel, and you hold back. There's so much. I'm gonna, I can do a series of videos on dating my husband, but this is not about my husband right now. I want to share some knowledge with you guys, how I have learned. I've been in relationship that did not work for me, and I decided to step back and focus on myself and my children because I already have my 4 kids when I met my husband. And I decided that I want to focus on me and building me, know my value, know my worth, who I am, what I can bring to a relationship when I eventually go into a relationship. And you can't do that um, when you're with somebody, especially when your value is not your values are not a priority to that person. So I can share so much with you. As a woman, we said, okay, we are independent and we know we value and we sell for it, but yet sometimes we pick up some man in our life where make we feel belittled, small, and they don't value what we want. And as a woman, you have to stand up when it comes on to your values. Because say for instance that I'm married to my husband now and he's gonna talk down to me and belittle me, I have to stop him in the track if he ever come across like that, which is my husband can't play with me because he knows my head will get hot, But I'm just saying because I've seen it so many times. Like we have to find ways as women to stand up for what we know we are and we valued. And when I go into that space with just me and my children for 4 years and decided that man is not going to be a part of my life right now. I need to figure out who I am. And it's when I have my children them and I'm started to, said, what the hell is going on with me? How comes I end up with so much kids at such a young age? And I question myself. I'm like, where is my knowledge? I don't have any knowledge towards having these children. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just ending up with so many kids and I step back. I developed my own instinct, my own knowledge towards reality of life. Nobody taught me anything. I have learned so much on my own. And I'm telling you, I wised up during that time when that 4 years when I was not with anyone. Because since I start to have a relationship, it's like I focus on the relationship. I go in depths in my relationship one by one when I was by myself, and look on what was it was I doing wrong? What was it that I don't want in my life anymore? And it's like I didn't draw a book, but it's like I draw a book and I picture it in my head, and I said to myself, I don't want this kind of life. I'd rather be alone and being unhappy. I wasn't happy with these guys. And I chose to leave the relationship. None of them walk out of my life. I chose to walk out because I wasn't happy and I want to step back from, and that was the time when I had build the bond that I really want. I wasn't distracted. I focused on my children. Ah, that time has given me so much wings. I can look back and said, yes, I am proud of that time when I stepped back and said, yeah, the next relationship, when I get into it, I know what I want. And if they're not going to stand for what I want, then that person is not for me. And I'm not telling them to change for me, because I can adjust and meet them pathway too, based on, you know, who they are and if they're bringing what I want to the table as a man, stand up for me, value me, put me first. I put you first, you put me first, like I'm not saying when it comes on to my kids, I'm not putting them in this. I'm just saying that when it comes on to respect, honesty, loyalty, you know, trust, those kind of things. And I looked into those things that I never had in my past relationship. So, you know, it kind of like just opened up my mind to so much. And I'm here thinking, and I said, I want to do a video. What I did was, I really wasn't a talkative person, so I couldn't express myself. My husband had taught me a lot how to express myself, and I have grown and learned so much from him, and I appreciate that, because I was the kind of person who shut down when I things bothers me, and I wasn't the kind of person that wanted to share things about him because of what I've gone through as a child growing up in the past. So it was that kind of way of me shut down and not responding was the way how to go. But now I find myself expressing. You see how much things I express to you guys. But what I really want to share is that things that you should not take into your relationship from the previous relationship, the things them that you had on head on. I have learned this during my 4 years. Never tell the man that you're going to be with about the man that you were past with, your past relationship. Don't give him too much details. You have to develop that friendship with the person that you have and know them inside out and know that they're not gonna use things against you, because a lot of men, they use things, woman too, they use things as a weapon. They just want to know your past relationship so they can adjust themselves to that level and start to treating you like that. When you see them falling off, you have to step up. When you don't throw down your burden on them, do not give them your burden. Carry it. Okay? I know sometimes it's not easy, but it's best for you to carry your burden. Why am I yawning like that? Carry your burden with you, because let it off some way, somehow. Um, don't get too caught up when you just meet a guy, you're gonna dump all your baggages on him. No, don't do it. I promise you're going to live to regret it, because at at one point they're gonna say, make that person get to know you. Make that person, even though your baggage is a part of you, but dump it one side. Let it go. If it comes up in the future, let it be when that person is already in love with you. And is that you take your time and maybe tell him one and two story, but don't dump it on them when it's too much for them to calculate and to deal with. Let them get to know you. Yeah. Get to know you, you know, inside out. That's why I think people should actually be friends before they really get caught up in a relationship, because you see a guy and you like him, growing a friendship in the beginning, it actually strengthened my relationship, this relationship, because me and my husband was friends for 2 years, and we just talk. I never shared nothing too deep with him, but we were friends. Like, we used to talk on the phone a lot, and sometimes I don't want to hear from him. He's living his life, I am living my life, and I just block him, and yeah, go back again, and we talked, and then shut down again. So yeah, we build a connection and we kind of understand each other before we dive deep into a relationship. And I think that's what helped we up to today's day, because we do have bumps, hiccup and bumpses, but we kind of navigate them and kind of know how to, you know, kind of know how to work things out when obstacles come our way. We're not perfect, nobody is, but at the end of the day, he's my person, and I have to give him credit for all the good things that I have seen in him. And he's a good guy. Yeah, he can be grumpy and miserable at times, but he's a good guy. Um, yeah, he can be grumpy when he's ready. You know, little things sometimes we make him get grumpy. You're not gonna always please somebody because you gotta please yourself, but um, you gotta value that person opinions that you are with, and that's what a lot of people like shorten in a relationship because they don't have that balance. You know, if my husband aggravate me and I say I don't like it, and he maybe feel like he's right and I am wrong, then I'll just shut down and don't talk to him instead of get up and be on top of my voice and my lungs cussing him and styling him. I'll just shut down, and that's how I deal with it. And then when things get a bit more, like I'm not so tense, I approach it and say, "This is where you go wrong. You shouldn't have done this, or me shouldn't have done that, whichever." But sometimes it's best that the argument don't escalate because you know what? Me and my husband lived together for so many years, and I have kids ever since there was a child, adult. I think they probably hear we argue maybe about 3 or 4 times in years. And when I said argue, I don't mean disrespecting each other. So that is a plus. And it's just recently that happened, like within the last maybe 3, 4 years. So sometimes you can do things that will trigger me, but I just know how to deal with it. You have to know how to deal with things in a relationship and compromise. Have understanding and compromise. So I don't take certain things in my relationship. You know, I've been with my kids' father and my husband barely know anything about them. Me myself don't even remember much about them. I just put them in my past, and because they're my past. And I can't, like, I don't have time to hold grudges over them and behave a certain way. And no, I just move on and I move on. My husband barely know anything about and I don't really want to hear anything much about his baby mothers either, because that's not a priority, and I don't focus on those kind of things. I'm not the kind of person who hold baggage over a man that I'm with if they have baggage and use it and whip them. I'm not that person, and I don't want you to be that person to me. I'm free spirit. I want to be at peace. I love my peace. My peace is very important to me. And once you make me peaceful and trust you, then you have nothing to worry about. I don't want to get up every day and worry about things that not important, things that gonna drive me crazy because I easily stress. And to make it better, I choose my peace. So I don't take baggages in my relationship. That if me and my husband catch up here, oh, that's why your baby father them never treat you good because you did that this. I heard it so many times. Man a cuss woman and I tell them say, because you're not good smarty, yes, your baby father not treat you good, that's why your baby father left you. Well, none of my baby father never left me. So, but I'm just saying it happened all the time. And sometimes it's because you bring baggage into your relationship from your past relationship. And that is something that. And another thing when we want to share with you before we go, a lot of women go into a relationship and pretend like them rich and they have money and them broke like chest laws. I tell my daughter them don't do that. Make the man meet you how you is. Don't pretend and wear these at pashy clothes where you spend your money by. When you anima go out on a date, you know, say you must dress nice, but not just like you're rich and make him feel like say I would say no wants to spend the money on you, because no matter how independent you are, everybody need that person who will stretch them and do things to them as a woman, because a man should be the head of the household and they should be responsible and they should know them duty, make a woman feel welcome, make a woman feel satisfied, make a woman feel pleased and happy. And to be honest, a lot of woman luxury is a part of that. Like when you take me on a dinner, when you take me out on dates, when you book weekends for me, those things make me feel special. Take me to the movies. We go to an event. Something. We go to the beach. Little things that matters. Plan dates for me and you to go on. Those little things, I value those stuff, and I like when you pay. You know, getting me ear and nails and me do all of that stuff is not important to me. No, I can get my whole hair done and my whole nails. And I'm not doing it every day. If you notice, every day I come over, I'm like a blackhead cover up on my head. I'm not a fussy person like that. So that leave to the lady them that is fussy. But there are certain things that you should never take into your relationship. And I just name some of them. Don't act like you're rich. Because them man that we think say you're rich. So them not spend by you. Oh no, tell me if I lie, me I tell ladies. Tell me, cause tell me. And not bring your baggages in your relationship. Just me not tell us if you're going to your relationship like you're innocent and you don't have baggage. That I know what me I tell you. Me I tell you say there are certain things you know for throw down on the table when you just meet a man. We can get to know you. And yes, your baggage is a part of it, but at the end of the day, don't dump them on them. Cause that can turn them off. You know? And lock your foot. Lock you up. Not just dash you out, give them so. Cause after you get it sometimes they don't value you. Make them work hard for it. You hear me? Trust me. Make them work hard for it. Because if you find yourself mess up in the past, make sure say you value yourself now and know where you go for. And nowadays, man, them a lot of them, they just feel like them can just go find a man here, there, and everywhere. And them not understand say them can't build with them. And I don't even know. But then, so not tell me what you think in the comment section. Let me leave this right here. So, because me I meditate. Me on a meditation this morning. Big up yourself. Bye bye.